A team of neuroscientists are inside of my brain. They are listening to the communication between billions and billions of neurons. They will then attempt to, with millimeter precision, hone into areas of damaged neural activity. This is the amazing neuroscientific art known as deep brain stimulation. My journey to the operating room began about 5 years ago when my head became locked in place like this. I was diagnosed with dystonia. It's a neurological movement disorder and it causes one to experience uncontrollable muscle spasms and/or sustained abnormal postures. After 3.5 years of treatment with injection therapy, oral medications, and physical therapy, I did experience some relief, but its benefits were only temporary, and my dystonia would always come back like this. It was at this point I was presented with the choice of having deep brain stimulation or DBS surgery. Essentially, it's described as a pacemaker for your brain, and it works by using electrical stimulation to attempt to reroute damaged neural activity. Most importantly, I learned that while DBS is not a cure, it is what I like to call a pay-it-forward procedure, because during every surgery, doctors are able to get a better understanding of the brain's neural networks. And this allows them to evolve DBS for new generations of patients. In fact, DBS may never have been an option for dystonia if it was not for the crossover research from its early use on Parkinson's and essential tremor patients. So I was greatly inspired to know that as a patient, I would be helping push forward this extremely important research. So the day of surgery came, and as they are drilling holes into my head, as crazy as it sounds, I'm actually kind of excited. Let me explain. I realized this moment was no longer about the problem of my brain. Instead, this moment was about the triumph of the human brain. After all, in that operating room, I was experiencing firsthand the amazing legacy of science. And science is the greatest legacy of the human brain. And I begin to think about one of our ancient ancestors who utilized the brain for the very first time, took full advantage of this magnum opus of evolution and made an observation that led to a question, that great foundation of science. And I continue to think, did our ancestors ever in their wildest dreams imagine that we would go from big bangs to bionic brains? Well, I can certainly tell you that never in my wildest dreams did I think that one day I would be looking into a camera and saying that I have electrodes inside of my brain that are connected to a battery pack in my chest via a wire that runs up and down my neck, and literally as I am speaking is stimulating my brain with electricity. And as you can see, I'm very lucky to say that my DBS was a success. Of course, I am obligated to repeat that DBS is not a cure, but with more research, we will come closer to a cure. And therefore, neuroscience is essential.